वक्त आ गया होगे आप सबको मैं यही कहूँगा कि बस आप प्लीज ये वाला चेयर प्लीज आप फिल करें ये वाला इस चेयर में जाए शाबाश ये वाले चेयर फिल करें शाबाश आए शाबाश Okay, first of all, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I am going to start the class with the greatest name of Allah Almighty, who is the King of the Kings and Lord of the Lords. As you know it well, let's begin our class. As you know it well, every day we are sending special greetings and salutation upon the court of our beloved Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So one time I request you all that kindly please do one time Durood Sharif, recite one time Durood Sharif, and then after we will start our class formally. So one time Durood Sharif, shabash. Okay, so right now I am live, so anyone who see us, so they can also enjoy there. Okay, by the way, let's begin the class with the mightiest name. As you know it well, we need to start the class. This that I have mentioned 4 topics today. Right now, 4 topics. I will discuss every topic on detail. So all of you are strictly instructed from my behalf that you need to start taking notes of whatever I am saying to you. If you have a mobile phone or if you have a page, anything writing register, so that would be greater for you to note down, jot down whatever I am saying to you. So right now, let's begin the class as you know it well. Today, as you know it well, it's an English speaking class 1 right now. So let's discuss something about countries case study. So as you know it well, today I have documented, I have written on the board about Iran. People, Islamic Republic of Iran. So today we will only talk about Iran, and you need to know something about the major shifts, dates happening nowadays in Iran, and the transformation that happened in the past years in Iran. So let's begin this journey and let's dive deeply into this topic. First of all, the full name of Iran is Islamic Republic of Iran. And then after, Iran's capital is Tehran. What is the capital of Iran? That is Tehran. We can call in Urdu Tehran, but in English, Tehran. And the geography of Iran is basically located into the Western Asia. And I told you that there are 193 countries in the globe, in this world. And out of those 193 countries, 48 countries existed in Asia. And out of those 48 countries, Iran is located on the western side of Asia. Iran shares its borders with many Asian countries. Like it shares its border with Turkmenistan, with, yes, with Turkmenistan, with Afghanistan, with Pakistan, and with Iraq. So it shares its borders with 4 countries: Iraq, Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. Now let's talk more about Iran. this ये लाइव है, अब इसको टिक करें ना, ये लाइव है, अब इसको टिक करें जब ये यहाँ से प्रेम आ रहा हो. हाँ, अभी थोड़ा अवर भी करें, इधर थोड़ा इधर करें. हाँ, बस 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 ये काफी है ना, थोड़ा उधर है, थोड़ा उधर, थोड़ा उधर, थोड़ा उधर. हाँ, और भी थोड़ा. ये डाइस यहाँ तक आनी चाहिए, और वाला नहीं आनी चाहिए, इधर क्या नहीं आनी चाहिए. अभी भी नजर आ रही है मुझे, तो यहाँ आ रही है, मैं भी तो यहाँ देख रहा हूँ. मैं चले एनी हाउ, ये चल रहा है अभी, ठीक है. अच्छा, आप बैठे चले. हाँ, यहाँ आए प्लीज. अच्छा, आप ठीक है. अच्छा, so we were talking about the Iran. So let's discuss about the population of Iran. Iran basically, the population of Iran, there are overall 88 million people are living. That's mean that 8 crore and only 80 lakh people are living there. And its land area is about 1.6 million kilometers. That's mean that 116 lakh square kilometers. By the way, as you know it well, that Iran is the capital of Iran is Tehran. Iran has a population of 88 million and it has around 1.6 million square area, or we can call it lane area. By the way, after knowing all these facts, let's discuss something about more. The president of Iran is Masoud Pezeshkian. You can only silent, you can smartly call it Masood. What you can call it smartly? Masood. And the next thing about Iran is an Islamic country and there are around 90% Shia population. What? Islam, there are two sections of Islam, divisions in Islam. One is Sunni Islam and one is Shia Islam. So the population of Iran is 90% focus, they are 90% Shia. Right now in Iran, let's discuss some of the history about Iran. Basically, is Iran has a rich in history. Their history is rich with tradition, with culture, and more about. It is very famous to the globe. Please come here. Very near. This is time. And then after, let's start about the history of Iran. Iran basically enjoys a very rich history. First of all, there was a great empire. We can call it Achaemenid Empire. In English, we can write it Achaemenid Empire. This was the empire which was started by Cyrus the Great. There was a great king of Iran, Cyrus the Great one, and then Cyrus the Great two, and then later on, or the series goes on. And then after, who can forget the invasion of Alexander the Great when he came from Macedonia and he conquered all over Iran and then he entered into India. So by the way, he conquered the whole Iran. Who conquered the whole Iran? Alexander the Great. And at that time, the king of Iran was Dara II. So Dara II was the king of Iran at that time. So right now, let's discuss more about that. As you know it well, as you know it very well, that after having all these things, and you knew it very well, the modern history of Iran started in the 21st century. As you know it well, that in 1925, there was a very secular and liberal government came in Iran. The government was actually, that was a Shah dynasty. What is a Shah dynasty? That was actually a dynasty which was ruled Iran for about more than 60 years or 55 years. And these peoples were very liberal and secular, and this dynasty was fully supported by America and its allies. So by the way, the people of Iran are very Muslims. They are strictly followers of Islam, strict follower of Islam. They are strictly following every concept of Islam. So by the way, right now in 1979, there was a great revolution came in Iran. That was the revolution of Islam and the revolution of Ayatollah Khomeini. And who can forget? In this world, the major, or we can call it the most, we can call it a bigger welcome was the Ayatollah Khomeini. When he landed in Iran in 1979 from France, the whole Iran was waiting for him. And the airports, roads, every street of Tehran was filled with crowd. And that was one of the craziest, one of the biggest moments in the history of Islam as well as the history of Iran. And after that, Iran has become a fully Islamic country, fully devout, fully Islamic supported country. And then after, as you know it well, American government and Western allies, Western countries, they started protest against Iran. They turned against Iran. And you need to know about it. That time, Iran was the only country in the world who opposed Western hegemony. And then after, as you know it well, American government started its involvement to dissolve the government of Islamic there in Iran. So by the way, Iran stood very strong nowadays. But there is a huge problem in Iran nowadays. because Iran cannot sell its oil. Iran is, although in oil rich countries, gas rich countries, there are critical minerals there. Every natural resources are found in Iran. And but the mishap, but qismati of Iranian is this, that they can't sell it in international market because American government sanctioned on Iran around 17,000 sanctions. 17,000 pabandiya hai on Iran. That's why they can't sell their goods in outer market. So by the way, nowadays the people of Iran are facing very miserable. They are facing very great problems, and their condition is so much miserable, and even their lifestyle is so down. And nowadays in Iraq, the condition, the people's status are very low, and even government are enjoyed by many peoples, by many rich peoples, and we can say oligarch. We can easily call it. By the way, life in Iran nowadays is very harsh. You can't live there because there is strict prohibition of every act. Women right now, women in Iran, women rights are completely violated by the government of Iran. They don't allow girls to go, to start business, to acquire property, or to start their own, entrepreneurial adventures. So by the way, the today's case study was all about Iran. Let's discuss something about the GDP of Iran. So the GDP of Iran is around 400 billion. It is very near to Pakistan GDP. As you know it well, that the GDP of Pakistan is 412 billion, and Iran is very near to us, by the way. And you know, to be honest and to understand the critical condition of Iran, you need to follow Pakistan, because both countries share equal borders, share a borders, and both countries are Islamic, and both countries are traditionally very weak. They are very weak in terms of wealth, in terms of employment, in terms of education. Although Iran is striving hard, Iran is developing its economy, developing its infrastructure, developing its educational setup, but it will take a longer time. It will take a huge time to uphill and to uphill this critical circumstances. After doing all these things, let's dive into the second topic of today's, that is a personality elaboration. And today I want to talk with you about a person, a legendary personality, that is Albert Einstein, or Albert Einstein. Both are right. People pronounce both, and both are right, by the way. So Albert Einstein or Albert Einstein. We need to talk on the personality elaboration topic today. By the way, Albert Einstein was born in Germany. You need to mention it down with yourself. In Germany in 1879. In Ottenberg, or we can call it, there is a place we can call it Ulm. What we can call it in a place, Ulm. So he was born there in Germany. And who can forget the services of Albert Einstein in terms of physics, because he is considered the godfather of physics, the god of physics, the founder of modern physics. So by the way, he is distinguished among all physicists because his contribution to physics is astronomical, and that is very immense, by the way. So by the way, we need to talk on Albert Einstein right now, and this topic related to a personality elaboration. So by the way, Albert Einstein is, I told you that he was born in Germany, and the place name was Ulm in 1879. He was born with Hermann Einstein. His father name was Hermann, and he was born with Hermann. And then after, when he was a kid, till age 9, he was unable to read. He was unable to differentiate between things. So he was mentally abnormal kid. Do you understand what did I say to you or not? Yes, he was a mentally abnormal person till the age of 9. And guess what? In the later age, he became a very pronounced personality in the whole world, and he became the master of 20th century, the figure of 20th century, the master, we can call it, he became a man of the century, a man of the 20th century. So by the way, all because of his huge efforts in the field of physics and in the field of science. By the way, when he was there, so he got all his education in Germany, his native lands, and then after, when in Germany, when he was there in Germany, so at that time in 1921, he received a Nobel Prize in physics. He received a Nobel Prize in physics. Now you will ask me a question that, sir, what was his contribution and what was his achievements that he got Nobel Prize? So my response will be this, that he discovered the theory of relativity. E is equal to mc square. Have you ever seen this formula in school? Have your teacher ever discussed about E is equal to mc square in your school in physics classes in 9th, 10th, first year and second year? So that was the invention. That was actually the things that work. That was the thing that Albert Einstein worked on it. And in this contribution, the Norwegian committee gave them the Nobel Prize in 1921 in the field of physics. After that, he was living in Princeton, in America, where in USA he was living there. He was enjoying his life and he was contributing in the field of physics. But later on, he returned back to Germany and he started living there. But in Germany, there a government came, the government of Adolf Hitler, that came in 1933. And as you know it well, that the government of Adolf Hitler was a Nazi government. That was a fascist and Nazist government. They only consider that the Nazi race are superior, but they were wrong, because all peoples are human. Every human being in this universe is unique, and everyone has their own right, basic right. So, but Nazis, they consider themselves that they are superior. They are quite superior. So by the way, when Hitler came in power in Germany, so Albert Einstein left Germany, and he left Germany and he shifted to America, and there he started his works in physics in America. But listen to me. When he was there in America, so as you know it well, very soon Adolf Hitler started World War II. And then after, Albert Einstein wrote a letter to the American president that I want to make an atomic bomb, because the German government is planning to make an atomic bomb. So the government of America need to make an atomic bomb. So then the American president gave him approval and he started working in the laboratory of Americans, in the labs of them. And then after, America was successfully to test its nuclear power status in 1945. And that was actually the day when the destruction of the world started from there. Because once America gained nuclear power, then America gave it to UK, then France gained it, then China gained it, then Russia gained it, Pakistan, India, Israel, and North Korea also claimed nuclear power. So the world now is on the brink of destruction. So by the way, this was all done by Albert Einstein. By the way, Albert Einstein was regretted, oh Nadinta Pashimanta, on the advice he gave to the US president of making atomic bomb. So by the way, in 1948, when there in Palestine, when the state of Israel emerged and they captured the land of innocent Palestinian people, so he was offered, who was offered? Albert Einstein was offered to be the president of Palestine. But this great man simply refused, that I don't want to be the president of Israel. So this was actually a good thing that he had done, by the way. He actually silently, morally support the cause of Palestine. But overall, this scientist died in 1955. Okay, so this was overall the complete elaboration of personality of Albert Einstein. Let's discuss in detail about the conflict of the world. Have you noted all these things with yourself? Okay, now let's move forward to discuss the conflict of the world. As you know it well, that every day we are discussing that, one of the major shift of conflicts in the world. So right now today, as you know it well, that there are 193 countries in the globe, and out of those 193, Pakistan and India, they have some problems, they have some conflicts, they have some wars, and they have some issues with each other. So for better communication of English language, we need to know easier topic first. We need to talk on those topics which is debatable, which require any discussion, and which needs which needs explanation. You need to give your point of view. You need to give anything which you have in your skull. So that's my point with you, that today I'll talk on Pakistan and India. So first of all, let's discuss these things in detail. As you know it well, that Pakistan and India is a country which are located in South Asia. You know it very well. After all, after this, these two countries have very grave problems with each other since its independence. Right now, as you know it well, India is a country which say that that the creation of Pakistan was not legally, was not justified, was not in the favor of India. They from the start of Pakistan's independence were opposed to us, were against to us, and they tried every effort. They have tried every single effort to destabilize Pakistan and to dismantle Pakistan. So by the way, this is this is the fallacy of India. उनका एक गलत ख्याल है that Pakistan will undo one day, but they can't undo Pakistan. Pakistan will be stable till doomsday, क़यामत तक रहेगा. So by the way, let's discuss about the issue, conflicts, and you can say fight between Pakistan and India. Pakistan and India, both countries are located in South Asia. Pakistan gained independence in 1947, and India gained independence in 1947, as you know it well. But after that, India thought in 1947 that why we are giving our waters to Pakistan. So they stopped the water of Pakistan first in 1948 in the month of April, because in Punjab and Sindh areas of Pakistan, the crops of wheat has actually ripened, so they need water, and India flooded. They actually allowed flood, and all the crops of Pakistan were destroyed at that time. So that was a major blow to the economy of Pakistan, because at that time Pakistan was so much weak countries. We don't have a furniture in offices, we don't have chairs in our government schools, we have nothing. We were actually zero in our pockets. So that was a major blow to the economy of Pakistan. That was the first attempt of India to destabilize Pakistan in 1948. The second attempt was that they attacked Kashmir. As you know, Kashmir is a problem between Pakistan and India. Kashmir is a place, is a bone of contention between two countries, and India attacked illegally and occupied major parts of Kashmir. Although the population of Kashmir was 78% Muslims, and this was captured by India illegally, and till now, some major parts of Kashmir are in the hands of India. So by the way, India took Kashmir from us. That was the second bad effort to destabilize Pakistan. The third effort of India was that in 1965, when India attacked Pakistan in night. We were unaware. We were unaware. An Indian army had attacked Pakistan from four sides, and we were completely surrounded by them. And we engaged with India in 17 days, and those were the moments, those were the days that Pakistans were strictly tight in that condition. So by the way, although Pakistan responded very bravely and Pakistan won that war, but that was the attempt of India to destabilize Pakistan in that time. Now, the third effort was actually the separation of Bangladesh. India attempted to destabilize Pakistan, and they started a war in Bangladesh. And unfortunately, Pakistan army, they performed very well. They fought bravely, but at the end of the day, Bangladesh gained independence and we lost that territory. So that was the huge support of India with the people of Bangladesh, with the people of, with actually the involvement and they made a conspiracy against Pakistan, and ultimately Pakistan lost that war. So by the way, and then after in 1984, India started involvement in Siachen Glacier, and they have captured some of our area in Siachen as well. And in 1999, when there was a war in Kargil, you know, so they also tried to destabilize us in the conflict in Kargil. And in 2016, they claimed that we had done a surgical strike inside Pakistan, but that was a wrong claim, and Pakistan gave a very tough time to them. And in 2019, we had shot down their two planes, and the tea was fantastic. Mr. Abhinandan was also in our hands. We detained him and then we gave him as a responsible country, because we respect the Geneva Convention, we respect the international protocols and agreements. So we actually return and we give back that Abhinandan to the Indian government. And then after in 2024, 25, who can forget the May conflict of India and Pakistan under the leadership of Hafiz Sayyid Asim Munir? And he actually gave very tough time to India, and we shot six planes of India. And who can forget the very good accolade of Donald Trump every time he praised, appreciate our supreme commander, and as you know it well, the very brave army of Pakistan, because they performed very well, and that was the point when the whole nation started supporting them, and the whole nation, they praised them, and they were actually in the favor of army. So by the way, Pakistan army fought very bravely, and they gave very tough time to India, and India will remember it till doomsday. And or so by the way, that was a short story about the conflict of Pakistan and India. Although Pakistan and India share border with each other around 2,610 kilometer long, we have very long border with India, and we can call this border red clip line in English. And then after, as you know it well, this topic had been explained by me very well. Now let's go on to the next topic, that is a pictorial explanation. So today I will talk on motorcycle. So just bring a picture of motorcycle in your mind. Let's discuss in detail about a motorcycle. Motorcycle is actually invention. It is an invention that was done by Gottlieb Daimler. Who? Gottlieb Daimler. Daimler was a person in Germany. And now you could easily understand that why I appreciate the people of Germany, because they are very educated. They are very educated. They had participated in science, technology, education, in every fields of life. Okay, so Gottlieb Daimler invented, he actually worked on. He was the founder of motorcycle in 1885. So this was the first model of motorcycle. And then after, at that time, this motorcycle was called motorized bicycle. And then after, let's discuss some of the characteristics of motorcycle. Motorcycle is a vehicle which is easily in traffic management, which is easy to drive, and which is actually saving our time. It can control traffic and all that things, but it is very prone to accidents. People may die because of its insecurity to human being. And when once you wear a helmet, so your 40% of accident, the chance of accidents reduced, by the way. So most of the peoples, they die just because of ignorance to helmet. They don't wear helmet, Here a helmet always protect us, because once we are driving motorcycle, so if we slip down or if we just fall, so the first part of our body that hit to the ground is our head or skull. So if we wear helmet, so then our skull will be protected, and or even 45% of 45% our life will be safe and secure. So by the way, motorcycle is a very good invention. It was invented by Gottlieb Daimler, that he was belonged to Germany. In 1885, he invented this motorcycle. After that, there is a multiple companies of motorcycles, like we can say multiple varieties it has. But my favorite one is Honda. Which one is Honda? So Honda's company is claimed by Japan, and that is actually a very model invention of computer motorcycle. And then after who can forget the 70 125 135 and all those samples of motorcycle. In today's life, motorcycle has made human life very effortless, and human life is very useful and very convenient to the use of motorcycle. So, gentlemen, that was today's class 1 about speaking English language fluently. Now I will give you chance to talk on this topic in detail. So have a nice day, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. So inshallah, to we will meet you inshallah tomorrow.